Welcome back to On the Branch.
We now have a hunting rifle.
Yes.
I now have a shop hunting rifle.
A shop hunting rifle. Use it to hunt shops.
And we looked it up. We did not bug out the game. She's supposed to go into the hospital first and talk to Lisa, and then come back out and fight them off.
Because after we get done fighting the worm thing, Harry's like, I gotta go check on that girl.
Right, yes.
There it is, that creaking again.
Yeah, that's just background music. Wait, did she equip the hunting rifle?
I think she did.
Oh, she's
Here to kill a motherfucker.
You know, as much fun as that is, I'm going to switch back to the shotgun. Just
The-
so
I thought you were out.
shotgun's empty.
Oh.
So you may want to handgun.
Yeah, handgun or steel pipe. Oh, you have an axe now
Oh,
too.
I'm out of shotgun shells?
You've been out of shotgun shells.
You have an axe as well.
I do have an axe.
Let me ask you a question.
And a hammer.
So you can stop hammer time.
Wait, where's the other axe?
There's just one
There it
axe.
is.
The hand axe, not the fire.
Yeah,
axe.
there's the hammer and the axe.
Fire the great axe.
Fire the great axe. Do our listeners know the context for that?
I don't know if we ever brought that,
It-
sequence up.
It's an inside joke. I was DMing a Dungeons and Dragons session, and it was late at night, like 2 in the morning or something like
Getting
that.
tired, like
And
you're-
I was super tired, and Enek had a character, and he was a dwarf, and his dwarf had a great axe, but at the time was fighting at ranged with a crossbow. And he loads the crossbow and goes to, shoot it, and like asks me if like he can, hit the target or whatever. And I'm
like if he's in range.
yeah, and I'm tired and sleepy, and I just say, yes, sure, fire the great axe. And then he's like, can I do that?
I caught the fire.
And I'm like,
great
what?
axe, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you can't.
I'm doing it anyway.
You cannot load a great axe into a crossbow. That is not a thing.
Harry.
And notice that there is now not a funky sepia tone or echo, even though you're in the same place with the same character.
After I was done talking with you, you
I was
just
scared to be
disappeared.
here all alone.
I'm here now. I was worried too. I'm real happy to
Slanger's
see you.
just so dispassionate.
Lisa, can you tell me how to get to the lake?
Why do we need to know
Can
whether
you
we
tell
need to
me
get to the
how
lake?
get-
Has anyone even
how to
mentioned
get
the lake?
Sesame Street?
It might have been in the conversation that we were talking over,
The one with Sybil?
Are you sure?
maybe.
Probably.
There's gotta be another way.
I mean, I know he's trying to get to the amusement park.
I just remembered something.
Awkward pause, awkward pause.
There's a
Awkward
waterworks over
pause.
by my old elementary school. It's been abandoned for years. There's an underground
Great.
tunnel out there used for inspection. or
Cue
something.
obligatory sewer
I
level.
remember hearing it runs all
The water
way to
level.
lake.
Yeah,
Therefore, it's going to suck.
it's a horror game, so it has to have a sewer level.
To the lake from there.
And the sewer level
Yeah, and then you'll
is akin to
drown.
the water level on
Down
every
there
other
myself,
game,
so
like,
I'm not
Legend
positive.
of Zelda and...
Besides, it's all fenced off to keep people out.
If there's a chance.
But you
I've
can
got
just
to
hop the
try.
fence. Because no one's around.
Harry,
Well,
don't
and you've got
go.
a hammer and an axe and
I don't
guns
wanna be
and
alone. It's
a
so
padlock.
scary, I can't
Shouldn't be able to
You
stop
can't
you.
stop me.
No.
Come with me.
It's a picture from the altar.
This may not be the safest.
Yeah,
place.
except it looks like it might actually be a person.
I can't promise you anything, but I'll do my best to protect you.
By leaving you.
Somehow I feel I'm not supposed to leave this place. Oh, Harry, I'm so scared. I'm cold.
Look, just wait here a little longer. I'll be back as soon as I find my daughter.
And I definitely won't say peace out, motherfuckers. See ya.
I just met you, but I'm gonna grab my boobs for you.
I think she's just crossing her arms.
Look at that ass. Okay, that's a pretty good CGI ass.
And then Harry's gone.
All right, it's moth hunting time.
To the moth boss.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be using the axe for that fight, though.
I don't know. I'd be really impressed if she could beat the moth using the axe.
Well, I mean, it has to be possible, right? Because hypothetically, you could be completely out of ammo
Exactly.
at this point in the game.
I talked to
in like hard mode.
I
or
talked to
anything.
Lisa, crazy Lisa. I'm just gonna
Lisa-
just.
Lisa's not crazy.
I'm paranoid.
Everyone else is crazy.
No, not really.
I'm crazy, Harry.
Just Dahlia.
And that's
Just
crazy
Dahlia.
Lisa.
Just Dahlia.
And it's crazy Cheryl and crazy.
But what's
Church
weird
Lady
is that
Duck Lips.
even though she's crazy and seems to be completely dishonest, she actually does speak in truths.
Okay,
They're
the
just
music
all
definitely
half-truths
changed.
and lies by omission. Yeah, we got some very video gamey music now.
Boss battle music.
Yeah.
I am glad I saved.
Boss time, Jamie. You ready?
The music got way more intense.
Well, at least they clearly signpost where you're supposed to go this time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically the hospital was signposted
the road
too.
changed.
Yes, it did.
And again, this is
Okay.
another piece of evidence that I like to cite for or against, parallel dimensions,
Is because now it's completely different.
which is that the place is being reconfigured even within
Oh, boy.
one dimension. So if
Cutscene.
the demon
That's how you know shit's
can
going
alter-
down.
can alter the geometry of the other world, why can't it just do the same in the real world too?
Hi, Mothra. Didn't know you were in town.
Look at that.
And it's got like a stinger and shoots venom, so such a crappy boss fight.
Bitch.
Such
I
a
have
terrible boss fight.
no
Like,
You
idea.
can't even see the whole
And
boss.
I'm actually killing you. Shit.
Just got stung.
That was a dirty
Do
move,
moths
you
even
purple
actually have
blooded
stingers?
bastard.
I am not aware of any moths, any species of moth in the real world that has a stinger.
That's not the button I wanted to press. Okay.
She's gonna stab it with a kitchen knife.
Shit. Shit.
You'll say Jamie used up all of her.
I
Yeah.
only have 10 left.
She has
Crap.
used up a lot of ammo. At this point in the game, if I were playing, I'd probably have like 115 handgun bullets and 60 shotgun shells and
Yeah, well, Jamie has also been like
And it
rigorously chasing down enemies in the street.
yeah, and
you tell me
it
it's
bleeds.
dead?
Yeah, I don't even bother fighting anything in the
Oh,
streets
thank God.
ever when I play this game.
Well, she's gonna have to not, like in the upcoming real soon here.
Yeah, I'll kill everything
is
in the
it making
indoor
bell
environments
noises?
because you have to do a lot of backtracking in those, and they're tight, confined hallways. But out on the streets, I just run past everything. In all the Silent Hill games, I don't stop to fight anything that's outdoors.
Unless it's, an outdoor campground, and it's considered an indoor area.
Well, that has yet to happen. Although I actually do think that a national park or a campground would be an excellent setting for a Silent Hill game. Because Silent Hill 2 actually does establish that there is a national park like 10 miles down the road or something like
But
that.
they never say which one it is.
Well, I mean, no. If they did, it would be a fictional place anyway. So,
Mount.
and in fact, if I were to make a Silent Hill game myself, that would be one of the settings. Would be a national park campground, and or a Native American reservation.
Or you combine the two and you make it Mount Rushmorington.
Yeah. Or like,
Rushington.
or a national park like adjacent to an Indian reservation, so you like do both. And the reason for that being that in Silent Hill 2 establishes that this town is built over an ancient Indian like sacred place.
Well, I was
So-
gonna say like where isn't an ancient Indian burial ground? Like,
Well, the implication being that the Native Americans probably communed with the same, mystical powers that this cult is currently communing with.
I could see that as being like
And,
the idea.
And if I were to make a Silent Hill game, I would go into that a little bit. I would want to, maybe explain a little bit of the Native American, interactions with
Yeah.
the town. How they lived when they were here and how they, interacted with whatever the heck power it is here that makes all this stuff possible. So that would be one of the settings that I would choose.
I hope Jamie remembers the conversation with Lisa because she explicitly said where to go.
She did. Back to school. She got to cross the bridge, though.
Yep.
I was looking both ways before crossing the street.
In a very haphazardous fashion.
Nope. Just running past. Go fuck yourself. You can ring all you want. I ain't stopping.
Another thing that I've noticed that is different about the way that I play the game versus the way that Jamie plays the game is whenever I would play the game, I would never run down the middle of the street like this.
Down the side.
I was always staying close to like the sidewalks and buildings and stuff like that so that, you know, I could actually have landmarks.
Okay.
You know? Hey, some clear signposting. The game is like, go here, and then, hey, look, you're there.
Oh, it fast forwards you over all that.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
And I didn't notice until like Jamie did that like long run for a minute, but Harry runs like he just crapped his pants, and he's trying to find a toilet.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If I was in this place, I'd probably have crapped my pants by now.
Yeah, I get it, Harry. I just forgot to aim, okay?
Bam.
Huh. This lock is broken.
She beat
I hit it hard enough.
She beat the almighty padlock boss.
That was the hardest boss
Gosh,
yet.
it's a good thing she wasn't out of ammunition on that hammer, because that would have been awkward.
I mean, what if she hit it with the hammer, and it was enough to break the durability on it, and instead of the lock breaking, the hammer broke?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
if this were Silent Hill Downpour, then yeah.
Sure, what else is fucking here?
And it's like, sorry, the padlock has leveled up.
Right.
Because it killed your hammer.
And here comes, as I said before, the obligatory horror game sewer level.
Because why not, right?
Because it's gotta have a sewer level.
Otherwise, it's not a horror game.
That's true.
I'm trying to think of any like survival horror games that don't have a sewer level.
Well, I actually think the first Resident Evil did not. It had the underground laboratory, which was a little bit sewer-like.
Yeah, but I think that counts.
It wasn't a sewer. There was the flooded out underground laboratory with the giant shark that one hit kills you. So, you know, in waist-high water. So, I mean, maybe that counts.
I mean...
And there was, like, the backyard, the courtyard area behind the mansion with, like, the garden and the sluice gates, stuff like that. That was kind of sewerish.
Yeah, so I'd argue that there's enough of a sewer there for it to be considered a sewer level.
Yeah, if you want to be very liberal in your definition of sewer.
Well, I mean, do I see poop here? This isn't necessarily sewer.
Oh no, this is a sewer.
You know what I mean, though, like...
No, it's going to get even more
Cheryl, when I
sewerish.
find you, you are
It's about to-
so grounded.
Jamie's about to be in a very shitty situation.
She is. That's almost a Jamie caliber
What
pun
was
you
that?
made there.
I mean, because, like, I think of sewer, I think of, like, the one, like, New York style, kind of like sewer that you see in, like, Ghostbusters 2.
Where,
it's like the
oh shit! What the fuck is that?
I actually jumped at Jamie's reaction to the...
Once again, proving that we are more scared of Jamie than of the monsters in this game.
Back off, motherfucker! Get away from me, you mantis-ass lizard motherfucker!
Jamie, it's the alligator people. They just want to say hi.
Crab people,
Those are not
crab
crab people, those are crab people!
The poop
So
monster.
anyway, Amarith, you were just saying, you know, New York subways.
The New York style, like, sewer that you see in, like, Ghostbusters 2 when they're,
Uh-huh.
like, getting the pink goo to sample.
And what exactly did that sewer look like? Did it look anything like this?
Well, kind of like this. Like,
That was not fair because my stupid radio did go off in the echoey motherfucking cave.
She's actually right. The radio, I think, does not work in the sewer because you're underground and it blocks the radio signals.
yeah, makes sense.
Instead, you have to listen for the little pitter-patter of their
Of flies.
monster claws.
Stay back, motherfucker. Yeah, lizard.
Okay, they
looking
make like
fuck.
a fly buzzing noise, I
You
noticed.
crap person.
Not necessarily just like tippity tap.
Yeah, they also they have a little like growly hiss kind of thing as well. It's kind of like a cry.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So is there no map down here either?
I think there is. You just have to find it.
Because I can absolutely see Jamie getting lost in here.
Oh yeah, definitely. If she's not already. But there's only.
Rifle
I mean,
bullets.
it's not
Yay!
it's not as complex an area, as it could be.
Right.
There's stuff over there.
Yay! She can see the stuff.
Should go get the stuff.
Go get the stuff.
You got the stuff.
Got your stuff. You got my money.
I got my money if you got your stuff.
It's so quiet down here.
Until the monsters show up.
It's like being in a library. Except the library's full of shit.
It's a poop library.
That's right. Just drip, 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 and then that buzzy sound in the background.
Just poop water all over the place.
Monster demon poop.
Yes. For the love of God, yes.
This is the post-boss fight ammo restock.
The restock room.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you beat the boss.
Here are some bullets.
And health.
Yeah, the Silent Hill games are all very generous with ammunition. Not like Resident Evil.
For
Crazy
people
about
like
that
Jamie.
area.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Well, the Silent Hill games aren't designed to be like, challenging.
Crunches.
Yeah, in the way that the Resident Evil games were. And that's not to say that the classic Resident Evil games were like super difficult. But, resource limitation was a lot more of an issue in those games than it is in this game. So the Silent Hill games are a lot more about the atmosphere and the story than about, running out of supplies and being killed by monsters.
And feeling helpless.
Well, you're supposed to feel helpless, but the helplessness comes more from how the game controls than from, feeling underpowered relative to monsters. Even though the characters in this game are actually far more competent than the characters in Resident Evil, because they can do things like strafe and walk with their gun drawn
And take one step sideways really awkwardly.
yeah, the Harry Mason little sidestep shuffle thingy that he does. The characters in the sequels are super nimble compared to Harry Mason. I mean, James can literally, in Silent Hill 2, can literally just run
I did
circles
not finish
around
exploring
monsters.
everything over there, so I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, the door says keep out, so clearly you're not supposed to go that way.
Absolutely
Because
not.
I do not want to miss anything.
Like, say, for example, a hunting rifle.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and by the way, the hunting rifle was literally in that boss room with the caterpillar.
Yep, it was on the floor.
Yeah, it was just
kinda
on
laying
the
there.
floor, in the corner.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, Jamie just didn't see it because she didn't explore the room at all. Is she on the easy difficulty?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I
On a
remember we
normal,
mentioned that because we were like, oh man, she's still got a lot of bullets.
yeah, on the normal difficulty, that caterpillar would have been a lot more difficult to kill, and you'd probably be running around the arena more, so you would almost be certain to find that. So it's kind of funny that in some ways setting the game on the easier difficulty,
Makes it so that you don't find something.
yeah, it makes it so that it's easier to miss certain critical items like the hunting rifle, because you just stand your ground and shoot, 6 shots or whatever from the pistol or the shotgun or whatever weapon it was that she was using, and that fight's just over. Whereas on the normal difficulty, that fight's long enough that you actually have to run around a little bit, which, increases the likelihood that you notice the hunting rifle laying on the ground.
Right. keep waiting for the next one of those sewer monsters to pop out.
Yep.
Just from behind.
Oh,
no
and they will literally drop down from the ceiling on top of her.
Okay, so you know how I don't like those freaky little ghost babies? I like these fuckers less.
Are we gonna see a return of the ghost babies?
Yes.
Okay.
And they will actually attack when they show up again.
Jamie doesn't know that.
Jamie,
The fuck is there a desk here?
hopefully does
Well, I
not
don't
know.
care. It's a save point, so gimme. Gimme.
On a map? Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I believe Harry automatically
So
fills...
these motherfuckers are what I was hearing.
I think Harry also automatically fills in the map for you as well. So when she goes in and looks at it, it's already going to have all the stuff, you know...
The locked doors and...
Yeah, all the locked doors and stuff like that are already going to be labeled. I think.
Well, we'll find out if Jamie opens the map.
We'll find out when she opens... I'm surprised she didn't already.
Right?
I can tell you, I'm
Oh, jeez! What the fuck?
I can tell you, I've always been addicted to the maps in these games.
Jesus Christ, motherfucker! That is not fair!
Well, I mean, in all fairness, you have guns. So,
I'm sure they're saying the same thing.
yeah. If I were this monster, I'd be hiding on the fucking ceiling too. Cause
You just want some of your hair.
this guy's got guns. This is one of the reasons that she doesn't have any ammo. She kills things, then continues to unload into them after they're dead. She's not very deliberate with her ammo use, that's for sure.
Well, she's very liberal with her ammo usage.
Right. Well, I said deliberate,
Yeah.
right? Did I say the wrong word?
No.
Okay. If I didn't say deliberate, I meant to say deliberate, not liberal.
No, I said liberal. She's very liberal with her usage.
Yeah, well, yes, she is.
Oh. I don't know if, like... Hang on, let me see here real quick. No. That's not. I'll bring that up later.
I have no fucking
hooray,
idea where
Jamie
I
brought
am
up the
trying
map.
to go.
Yeah, sort of already labeled. Doesn't look like there's much to label, but
Yeah.
I am going to investigate that little blue square in the corner.
little blue square, yay!
Hooray, everyone's favorite. It's
Yeah,
probably
I
just
think-
what this was.
Oh. God damn it.
The loot area.
Yeah. The post-boss ammo stash. She found it again.
You've made note. Do.
And now she might be lost.
Probably. Certainly sounds like it.
Just to make sure that this is the exact same area. Okay.
I'm looking to see if I still have that walkthrough open because I was curious.
What are you looking for?
The thing, where when I was looking up how to get the gun before, the rifle, just see if there was like anything worth mentioning to Jamie on here of like.
Oh,
that's the
like
tunnel I originally
notable
came out of.
items?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I've been in there.
I wish it
We'll
showed
come back down
which
here.
ladder Jamie came in.
Well, she came in through that narrow tunnel, remember? So... Yeah, that's it. Go through the door. Okay, good. For a moment there, I was worried that she was just going to see the gate and then just turn around and go the other direction. And in which case, we'd be here for a long time.
Hooray. still very super quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
She is quite paranoid.
Very.
We are not playing tag.
I'm waiting for that monster to drop out of the ceiling and try to touch Harry's hair again.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude.
I saw those coming up too. I was like, I wonder if she notices them.
Yeah.
No, she
Fucking
didn't.
roaches.
Oh.
What was that? 5 bullets? Was that
Five more
five
of
bullets
her,
or
like 20?
3 bullets? I don't know. Whatever. Those things you can literally just step on and they die.
Yeah. Well, we had to make sure they're dead.
Yeah, they're dead. You shoot them twice with a gun, they're dead. And hit them with a hammer, that'll kill them too.
Basically blow off any major organ. It's dead. Creature that
hey.
small.
Where are you going, Harry? Why are you doing the 2-step back?
Because that's the button you pushed.
Yeah, you hit back.
That again is the magic of tank controls. Is the button that you push is the
It's the one that you
the
press.
way that the character goes.
May as well be cocaine.
We gotta get some more comfortable chairs in here. My butt's starting to hurt.
Yeah, well, you've also been sitting in it for almost 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Already?
That's why I usually opt for the bed, because the bed has like the padding on it.
Yeah, it's just I don't
Yours
like
got
to
a nice
not have
butt.
a back to my seat. So
Yeah. Well, you always shift
Was
over and you can
Jamie-
lean back on the wall.
was Jamie just
Okay, I
complimenting
am
Harry's
officially
butt?
suspicious.
Either Harry's butt or my butt. I didn't quite hear her. Either way, neither is.
If I heard correctly, it sounds like Jamie has the hots for Harry.
I don't know. I didn't really see Harry as being Jamie's type.
Well, I don't know. He's got hot dad bod. Isn't that a thing?
I don't know if it's still a thing. I know it was a thing like 2 years ago
Yeah.
when they like came out with the sexy urban dad Hamburglar.
Oh,
at
hell no,
McDonald's.
motherfuckers.
I
I
don't know if
see
you
y'all
saw
up
that.
there. Fuck you.
Did you happen to catch that like a couple years ago?
No.
They rebranded
Sorry.
the Hamburglar as like
Like the McDonald's mascot?
yes, as like sexy urban dad, like the dad you wish you had who sold hamburgers.
Right, because I totally wish my dad stole hamburgers. I don't.
Well, you wouldn't wish your dad was the Hamburglar?
Not really. Again, I want nothing to do with McDonald's. I'll eat their ice cream and their breakfast sandwiches, and that's about it.
What if they paid you a bunch of money?
Oh yeah, I'm a total sellout. I'll eat McDonald's for money. It would have to be a lot of money though.
Like what's your limit? Like how much McDonald's?
Well, I mean, what are you talking about? Like eat one hamburger one time? I mean, that I'd probably do
No,
for like
I'm talking like brand deal kind of like thing.
like I have to eat McDonald's every day.
Not necessarily every day, but like to like oh man, I really love the McDonald's burger.
Oh no, I'm not that much of a sellout. I would never tell people that I love McDonald's. They could pay me to eat it. They could pay me to eat it on camera, but I'm gonna be like, ugh, the whole time I'm doing it.
So they couldn't pay you to say this is a good hamburger.
I mean, nothing that anyone would be willing. I mean, I'm talking like
no feasible amount of money that's like short of like we'll give you $1 million.
I mean, if they're gonna
but that will never happen.
if they're gonna give me $100 million, sure, whatever.
I'll say whatever the fuck you want.
I'll love whatever the hell piece of crap food they put in front of me.
Because
but,
it means I'll
yeah.
never have to eat McDonald's again.
But even McDonald's knows that their burgers aren't worth paying someone $100 million for. So
yeah. I mean, that's why their mascot's a clown, right?
yeah, I don't know how the hell much Subway paid that Jared guy.
Well, clearly not enough.
Anyway,
Probably too much.
I physically could not do a deal like that because I actually have high cholesterol. And so eating McDonald's like or any fast food for that matter on a daily basis is like completely out of the question for me.
Well, what if like McDonald's came out with like the McHealth burger? And it was like actually good for you.
My objection isn't to like McDonald's as a company. My objection is to the fact that they make crappy food. If McDonald's started making good food, I'd eat there.
Well, all you simply have to do is go to any country that isn't America where there are McDonald's.
Yeah, I've never I've been out of the country. I've been to Europe. I never did eat. We went into a McDonald's just to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
But we did not eat in a McDonald's. I did go to like an American style like burger place, like a gourmet
like a
burger.
mom and pop kind of like
like a gourmet burger place, like I'm trying to think of like a example that people might be aware of in the States, but I'm like drawing a blank.
Well, because most of them are, chain restaurants, like more fast food and less sit down. Like maybe Shake Shack?
Yeah, like something more like that, or like I don't know, like not really a Chili's or an Applebee's, but like, I don't know, just like a burger place, like a half fast food kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, I did in Denmark. I went to, we just wanted to see what a Danish American hamburger was like.
Eating American food in a foreign country.
Right. And the friend of mine that we were with was just like furious because he's like, I want to eat Danish food. And the rest of us are like, okay, Danish food isn't good.
You can have it literally anytime you want while you're here. We just want to have the one.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want fish 3 meals a day every day, because they make good fish.
I could imagine.
The fish is good. And they make good pastries. Although I think most of that's just because they're like German and French pastries, whatever. They're imports.
I hear you, assholes.
But yeah, like Danish food is not like super good.
Except for Danishes.
Right, which like I said are an import. So we just went into, we were like, all right, let's see how the Danes do an American burger. And we went in, and my friend was pissed because he wanted Danish food. And I was like, yeah, whatever. You can go eat wherever you want. We're going to try this burger place because...
How was it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like, super memorable. I just remember, having a generally positive impression of it.
Suck.
Yeah, it didn't suck. It was good. It was, like going to a gourmet burger place in the States, with a bunch of fancy exotic burgers. They had a lot of like kind of weird stuff on some of their burgers, different breads.
Oh yeah. If you have the bread, why not?
Yeah, the Danes are really big on rye bread.
Bread's really good. I actually don't get it as
much. It's even better in Denmark.
I could imagine.
Like my girlfriend really loved the rye bread, and we haven't been able to find like Danish style rye bread since coming back to the States. And
I should give it a try making rye bread.
If you can make it like the Danes make it, my girlfriend will definitely want you to make some rye bread for her.
I could try. Like a good portion of that comes from like it's how the dough is made and what you use to make it. Like even down to like the water and the yeast and what is in the air. So I would never be able to replicate it like in any sort of fashion. I mean, that's why, for example, Pizza Hut freezes their pizza dough. It's that way it's consistent everywhere you go and order it.
Right.
Whereas, other places, it'll vary somewhat.
Right. And one of the other things that the Danes do is they, I think it's called, smorgasbord, although it's pronounced differently in Danish, but it's an open face sandwich. So it's like one piece of bread, and most of the time it is rye bread. And then what they'll do is they'll put like salmon or something onto like uncooked salmon.
Yeah, like the smoked salmon.
Yeah, like smoked salmon on top of it with like cream cheese and like not I think chives, maybe,
Yeah. Oh, so kind of like
and sometimes capers.
along the line of like a bagel with lox and all that. Like
Yeah, and that stuff's good. Like I like that. In fact, I've even started like I'll go and buy like the smoked salmon packets from like the grocery store with like crackers and like dill and stuff like that, and I'll make my own little open face sandwich kind of things.
Yeah, do it Jewish style and do it with like a bagel, like a really nice like everything bagel. Or...
Yeah, not big into bagels, but yeah.
I mean, it depends. Like for me, I like bagels, but you have to be in the mood for them, and it has to be like, can't be plain. It has to be like a pretzel bagel or a cheddar bagel or like something with like a lot of stuff on it.
Right.
And you've got me on food now, and
and I food's a big thing for you.
Yeah.
You are trained as a chef.
Yeah, you got me on the talking to the food.
Yeah.
And now I'm just going on thinking of all the things I want to make that I don't have time to make, and that I shouldn't be eating anyway.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Because it's winter time now, and it's like I want to make this pie and that cake and all this food that will make me weigh like 400 pounds by the end of winter.
Well, I mean, if you want to make open-faced sandwiches with smoked salmon on them, that's actually probably a pretty dang good meal. Health-wise.
Probably not that bad.
I eat a lot of stuff like that, like I said, because of the cholesterol. So fish,
the music
salmon in particular, is a pretty big part of my diet.
Your main diet, yeah.
Because of that. Now I've been dealing with high cholesterol for years now. I think I was like 26.
Rather young for onset of...
I have a saying that's been reinforced in many ways over the years, which is that you are never too young to be old. Mm-hmm. So my dad, has all the men in my family have had high cholesterol, blood pressure, heart problems, things like that, and my dad is on cholesterol medication and things like that. And my grandpa died of a stroke at like age 65.
Shit buckets.
Wow.
So, I was very heavy. I was like 225 pounds or something like that after college, after I got my own place and, wasn't eating my mom's cooking anymore and was having frozen pizzas and
whatever was just available to you that was quick.
Yeah, microwavable dinners and frozen sandwiches. Every day. Right. Yeah. So I ballooned up pretty rapidly, and my dad was like, well, you should probably go get your cholesterol checked. And I did, and it was pretty high. It was like 270. Over 200 is high. It's supposed to be below 200. So since my mid-20s, I've been, going, 2 or 3 times a year for cholesterol checks and trying to keep it low. I've got it down into the low 200s, so it's still high.
But it's at least managing. It's not like going wildly around.
I've been managing it. It's not like it's jumping up to 300 or 400 or like you are going to have a heart attack tomorrow territory. Right. But cholesterol what sucks about cholesterol is that it's a cumulative thing, right? Because the longer you have the high cholesterol, the more it's
bad for you.
The more it collects in arteries and stuff like that, and you can't get rid of it. So, because I had such high cholesterol when I was younger, I've already got probably arteries that are partially clogged, which means it's, I'm probably eventually going to have like a bypass or something like that.
Possibly.
Eventually. Which sucks. I'm definitely not looking forward to that.
Nope.
So anyway, the point being that, you
eat good food.
You eat good food, take care of yourself, don't think that just because you're young, you can't have health problems, because you can, and...
Absolutely, but...
you should, especially if you have a family history of, things like heart disease and high blood pressure and high cholesterol and stuff like that, you should get yourself checked earlier rather than later, because you don't want to wait until you have the heart attack to find out that you've got high cholesterol.
Yeah.
And the earlier you do it, the easier it's going to be to manage, because you're going to want to diet and you're going to want to exercise, and those things are easier to do when you're just younger and fitter. And
I don't want to do either of those things.
Well, yeah, I know a lot of Americans don't, and that's a big problem. But like I said, I have to because I don't want to die of a massive stroke when I'm 65 or younger.
Before they come up with all the cool extend your life things.
Yeah, I'm still kind of hoping for the Ray Kurzweil, singularity
We're all immortal thing
to happen. It probably won't in my lifetime, but I can hope. Anyway, wow! Now that we're out of the sewer, should we be going to next time on the branch?
Yeah, I think so. So, catch you tomorrow.